Look at that. I can reach up. You can see me. I'm pretty well lit. I'm sweaty. Oh my god, I'm sweaty. Oh my jeez. Looks pretty good. Good job, me. Nice job, me. Or no. Boom. Great. I should look at the camera more. Alright. I did high schoolers today. Subbing for high schoolers for science. I don't know anything about gene splicing, or I don't know anything about plant genetic baby making, but that wasn't the problem. Some of the problem were just like, we got a worksheet. The teacher wasn't there the last couple days, so it's just been, excuse me, it has just been subs and not the same sub. So revolving amount of people in this class. We had a pep rally. The pep rally at the end of the day did not really affect anything besides people being like, we're already done, even though it was only 5 minutes early each class period. Whatever. They thought I was crazy because I was jumping off the walls like popcorning like a guinea pig. And I actually talked about my guinea pigs a lot. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so used to introducing myself to new people that once I have the same people over and over again, I don't know what my morning routine is going to be. Probably some kind of morning slip or just class slip. And then they complete it, and then we get started with our normal stuff. But, as a sub seeing the same people every time, you just get on with it. I have to experience that still. That's okay. That's alright. Most high schoolers are taller than me. So I wanted to talk about, first off, most high schoolers are taller than me. My, what do we call it? How my projection is going with my voice. It's going really well. And let's see. What happens when a high schooler is just like, no, I'm not going to do that. What do? They're bigger than you, probably, most likely, or maybe not. And they're just like, nope. Nah, not today. That's not me. I only had one. I had like 7 classes. I only had one person do that, so that's good. Work ethic, as a high schooler, you'll probably find that. However, when they say no, it's more of a problem. So they're taller than you. What do? I think you just kind of ignore it. You kind of not put on, because you really are professional. Your professionalism is much higher than theirs, most likely. And you just treat them with respect and treat them not as equals, but still that an appropriate student-teacher relationship. Not like, how's it going? Is it going really well? Oh, that's really great. Good job. I mean, that can be the way, and that's okay. But there should still be an aura of authority that you have, so you really can't be their friend, especially if you're young like me. I just shaved, so I look my age. I'm actually 22 now. I'm about to be 23, but if I grew the beard, I'd look much older, is what I'm saying. Well, I guess I can show it. This was, 3-4 years ago? Not 3, 3 years ago. And he looks older than me. But yeah, just treating them with respect, and planning can also help with that. When you know what you're doing, you tend to have that kind of, we're moving on to this, or we are going to get started with this, it'll help you with this, or stuff like that. I haven't really had that much experience, but if you have any other experience that you would like to share, you can put that down in the comments on how, these kids are 2 times bigger than you. What are you going to do? How are you going to control your class and do what it's supposed to? My projecting on voice, it's working much, much better. I want to ask Emily, my fiance, to maybe give me some singing lessons, and I think that would help. But I'm mostly speaking from right here, not down below. but from right here. Down below would sound like this. And in my neck is usually where I talk. This is my normal speaking, but if I'm speaking right here, neck, 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 these are all things. I don't know why you'd speak like up here, but you can. I do that sometimes. But that's just for inflection, because my voice can sound very different. I talked a lot today. Not a lot, but enough to a point where I noticed I wasn't getting very tired, because most of my speaking was right here. I could go down here, but I don't know. I'm sure there's pros and cons to both, but I'm an instrument player. I don't know. That'll be my next stage in projecting my voice or using that kind of speech pattern. Precise thinking and talking. It's going better. I'm a little slower with my words, but I'm getting much faster, and I'm being able to be more clear and I guess precise with my speaking. Oh, hi Kiwi. And Beans right there on the bottom. Oh, right there. I think Kiwi's up here. So I'm doing great with projection. Number 3, what did I say? Oh, yeah, high school. Nope, not today. What helped was I learned a little bit about Ron Clark, about his story, and about handshaking his students. Just, hello sir, welcome to my class, or just, good morning, welcome to class, or today we're going to learn about this, I'm glad you're here today. That kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, that builds so much rapport, you don't even know. And it sounds masculine, but this should be a unisex thing. Like, everybody's shaking hands. You were greeting each other professionally. That also helped with me being smaller than most of these kids. And 2, building up that rapport. When I was having problems with this student, I was like, you've got to put in the work. Imagine if you were... And I did the example first. Sorry, I should have said... It's not about what you're learning most of the time. Unless you're really, really interested and you find a lot of motivation, intrinsic motivation about learning parts of the body, anatomy, biology, blah, 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 blah. But most of these are, I would say, congruent to getting a job in real life. Imagine if you went into a hiring process, they gave you something to complete, and you sit there like this. And they come to check on you, and you have nothing written down. And then you tell them, I don't want to do it. Of course, you're going there to be hired, but if you don't want to do that grunt work and kind of... I was talking to him in a way that made this seem meaningful to him. Obviously, this was not meaningful to him. He did not want to do this stuff because it required work. He'd rather talk with his friends. But this is important. This is important for your life. 1, completing this stuff puts you ahead or separates you from other people, making you perhaps more valuable, or it sets you apart so that they can look at you and actually assess whether you're okay to be hired or you're better than the person. Not better, you're shown to be more extrovert, and that's sometimes valuable in the types of jobs that you are applying for, or just being noticed is even a good thing about getting a job. Applying that to what he was doing, he was like, "Oh, I mean, I'll get the work done if you get out of my face." And I was like, "Okay, I'll let you get the work done." And of course, the last thing I want to do is fight with them. The last thing I want to do is get them out of the class and make them learn less. Does that make sense? I shouldn't say that. That's filler. Last thing I want to do is send them to the office, because it's more valuable for them to stay in the class, because he wasn't distracting everybody. Usually when they're younger and they're distracting everybody, that's when I'll send them to the office. I would rather cut my loss with this person and gain more from the rest of the class. High schoolers can typically ignore better, So they have a much better base. How do I say? What's a word for it? A much better. I don't know. I guess shield they can put on, and they have a better work ethic in that kind of environment. I guess is some way to put it. So I basically just connected it with what it's going to be like outside of school, or just putting in that work. Putting in that work is kind of that saying of just, you're going to get better, small steps at a time. He looked like a big dude. So I was kind of connecting it to his athleticism a little bit too. Anyways, a lot to talk about when the kid just says no. Again, last thing you want to do is get in a fight. First off, I'll probably lose. Second off, I'm not going to hit back, so I'm going to get beat up. Third, I don't want this kid to get out or get kicked out because he needs to learn. You know, that if he calls me a whatever, I'll write him down, but I want him to stay. Doesn't treat me with... First day, I'm going to treat him with respect no matter what. However, day after that, if he still disrespects me, I'm not going to show him any respect because he doesn't show me respect. Right? But that first day is a freebie, and I'll take all that he wants to give me. Don't care, as long as he puts in a little work. Now this helped with the kid next to him, who was just like, what? I don't know how to read. Literally knows how to read. I don't know, there's like, what's a phone? Do you not get text messages? Like, whatever. Anyways. Another thing is building up that rapport. So even though he didn't do that much work, he put his name, did some stuff, both of them, I still, like I said earlier, Ron Clark, I just shook their hand. Thank you for putting in that work. See ya. Hope you have a nice day. See ya. Or good job. Move on. You know? That respect atmosphere, I feel like really helps me build some rapport with the kids. Of course, I can't really check because I don't see them the next day. It's unfortunate. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing this Ron Clark stuff. See how it goes. It's definitely more applicable than just being like, hi, and then they walk in. You know? It's got a little more professionalism, and I feel like kids respect that. Yep. We'll keep going with it. Cool. Alright. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I can't wait to the next Monster Hunter game. I want to play more Devil Cry games. Bayonetta 3 I haven't tried, and Darkest Dungeon 2 just came out, and I would love to play it, but I need to finish Darkest Dungeon 1. Alright, done! I was talking to kids. I also give them a fun fact about me, and then when I go to attendance, I want a fun fact, just anything. I learned that most people have 7 siblings, that everyone has a dog, that a lot of people have cats, and then guinea pigs, and it's great. It's fun. And like I said, most of my other classes were pretty great. They got the stuff done, and even the class that was like, man, we're usually bad. How do we get that done? I was like, you put in the work. You put your name on it. You filled out the answers. It's not that hard. Read a graph. Read a table. Read a bar graph. Make one. The end. That's the paper. Wow. It's probably going to get much worse one day. And we'll have to deal with that. It'll be okay. There will come a day where I may be in a fight. Today was not that day. And we'll handle it. You know? Us as teachers, we'll handle it. There's nothing wrong with one day we got to fight. Or I was in a fight. And you're pulling that kid to the office, or you're telling someone, hey, go get somebody. You don't want it to lead to that. It's definitely the last thing you want. But realistically, it's happened, and it may happen. It happened, it has happened, and it may happen. Got to be prepared for everything, right? Yep. Okay. Woo! Wow, 14 minutes. That's pretty good.